Hey guys, I noticed a couple of y'all aren't subscribed, so I just wanted to make a little offer. If you guys don't subscribe, I will cut the striker package from my deck. Yes, I will make my deck worse on purpose just because you won't subscribe. How terrible is that? Except, of course, if you're one of those people who hates the striker package, then in that case, if you don't subscribe, I'm going to put it back in my deck. That's right. I got you there. So hit that subscribe and let's get into the video. All right, I have zoomed the camera out just a little bit more, guys, so we can actually see all the plays being made. It's got that good shuffle on. I'm terrible at shuffling, actually, but should be fine. We'll be right. We'll be right. Extra deck, I'm just going to leave it face up so everyone can see what's happening. And I think this is a better angle for everyone to see everything, so let's try it out. Well, that's already an okay start. Interesting. Interesting. All right. What can we do with this? Now, off the bat, I can see Magician Souls could come out, sending Dark Magician, and then we could send this and this to draw, or just the one for a draw. But with a hand this bad, it's honestly probably just a hard play ref. And then you've got, like, discard this for Dragoon Negate and an Impact. It's not much. It's really not much, but it's not the best hand, I'm not going to lie. Let's go the alternate route and just see what happens because, just playing ref is pretty boring. So we are going to have to go for Magician Souls here. And we're going to just send one of those Dark Magicians to the graveyard. All right, we are going to get that big shuffle on because, this next draw is going to be pretty important. And Magician Souls is going to summon itself out. And with a hand like this, I feel like we need to send both these cards. Like, if we draw into a normal summon, great. We can Eagle Booster to protect it, but this hand's that bad. I would just send both of these away with Magician Souls and draw two. Drawing into prep, great, and Ash. All right, cool. So we could have just drawn one, but we didn't know, and we did the greedier play. If you think your opponent has a hand trap as well, let's go back. If you think your opponent has a hand trap, like Imperm or Veiler, you do have mana. So if they did Imperm or Veiler you here, you could go chain mana and she would summon herself, and then you can go into Anaconda, and you've even got the Eagle Booster if you didn't send it for cost to protect the Anaconda. So it probably would have been better to just send the ref by itself, but we didn't know, and we wanted to draw two, greedy. So here we are. It is good to send two anyway, because that means your opponent will definitely either Ash or Imperm or Veiler this, and in that case, you can summon the mana, except if it's Ashed. If it's Imperm or Veilered, cool, you can summon mana, which is nice. That's why I like Mana more than DMG, because she actually contributes to making Anaconda, and hey, I like to make Anaconda, guys. It's kind of the way to play this guy. So anyway, we've drawn into prep, so let's go ahead and throw that prep into the bin. And that is going to grab us, of course, Mr. Illusion of Chaos himself. But we are going to activate Illusion of Chaos pretty much straight away, and that is going to grab us Magician's Rod. All right, cool. Now we have to put a card on top of the deck. I think you all know which card's going back. That's right, it's Rod. Get out of here, Rod. Just kidding, just kidding. Why would we send the Rod back? We're going to put that mana. She's all right, but she's going back on top of the deck, hey. You could have got Apprentice and discarded her, but I don't really want to add DM. We've already got one in the bin, so there's no real point in my opinion. I'm going to go for the normal summon of Rod here and grab that Soul. So we don't necessarily need Soul Servant because we've already used Magician Souls, and if we use Anaconda, we're just going to have two Dark Magician in the grave, so Soul Servant seems a little bit redundant here. It's actually just an Eternal Soul add at this point. Alright, we are just going to have to link these two bad boys into a Green Snacky Boy. Green Snacky Boy will activate his effect. Sending an extra copy of Ref. Whoa, look, playing more than one Ref. Who could have guessed that it's good? Not me, that's for sure. You're going to send a whole bunch of bricks. Resolving Anaconda feels so good. You just get rid of so much trash from the main. And of course, that should summon out one of our Dragoons. I think the zones are much easier to see now, guys. Let me know if you like this more. I think this looks a lot better. So our hand is still looking pretty good, to be honest. You could set Imperm and Eternal Soul. You don't have to if you wanted to keep one into hand to discard, but I would probably just set both. That means on the opponent's turn, let's say we pass turn now, we've got Ash, we've got Illusion of Chaos to discard, and if we don't discard it, cool, next turn this grabs us anything, so it's a great follow-up card. But yeah, anyway, so we've got one interruption, which is Ash. We've got Imperm, which is an interruption. We've got Dragoon discarding, which is an interruption. And we've got, this isn't really an interruption, but it's a thing you can do. So, like, as I mentioned, this would have been a nice follow-up, and we have to discard it. But that's okay, because we're going Eternal Soul, summoning out Dark Magician. And we don't have Circle, but we contribute the Dark Magician and add the Rod back to the hand. So yeah, let's assume we had to use the Ash, the Imperm, and the Dragoon Negate, because that is what you would have to use in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! To stay alive. And then we're going to draw for turn, and it's Magician Soul. Incredible, incredible. So Anaconda would probably die too. Most people swing into Anaconda. But with these two cards as our draws, we just win. We just win, guys. If you're not sure how, I'll go through it just quick. Start with Rod. The reason here is you need to have a card in hand when you do Magician Souls. So we're going to go Rod, and Rod is going to add Soul Servant, because if you have to use your Dragoon Negate at any point here, you can just discard the Soul Servant. It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. So next we've got, this is our hand now. We're going to go for Magician Souls effect. We are going to send mana to the graveyard. Cool, we put her back in the deck, and now she's finally in the grave, and this will summon out, it can summon out Dark Magician, but yeah, it doesn't really matter, I don't think. Screw it, we're gonna summon our Dark Magician. And we are gonna link it away. And this is gonna make Link Spider. Now we haven't used our Soul Servant or draw yet, so this is probably a good time to do that. We're gonna go Soul Servant. Gonna put Circle on top of the deck. The only problem with this is you can see we don't have a card in the hand now, so it kind of sucks right now, and if we get ashed here, it's pretty annoying, but I guess we'll probably be in a fine scenario anyway. So anyway, Circle's going on top of the deck. We're going to banish the Soul Servant, and we'd like to draw two, one of them being Circle, the other one being Ghost Ogre. Great, that's really good. We are then going to play Circle. We're not expecting it to hit, we just want to get the effect live. Wow, these are all good cards, but we cannot add any of them. But sure, we'll just, we'll put Ash Blossom on top. Sure, it doesn't really matter. So with just Ghost Ogre in our hand, that's actually fine, because that's just one negate for Dragoon, or you can use the Ghost Ogre effect. It's up to you. Got a couple of options here, guys. If your opponent has like DPE components in the bin, I would say it's a pretty good time to link your Link Spider and Rod into Dark. If you want to summon a second Dragoon, you could link your Rod and Link Spider into Verte, and that would be really good as well. I do think we would go this play, because there's a pretty good chance the opponent has a Dark in the grave, and it's much more interesting if we go this route. So let's go through this. Go ahead and link into Dark. So then we would activate Dark's effect, taking a Dark monster from the opponent's graveyard. Let's just use this token as an example. Cool, we're then going to link Dark away with the opponent's monster. It doesn't matter what the monster is, because Celine just says a spellcaster. Like, it just has to be at least one spellcaster, so that's really good. Now, Celine does need spells in the grave and field, so there's one spell on the field, one spell in the grave too. We got a lot of spells in the grave, okay? So she's got enough counters. Activate Celine's effect to summon a spellcaster back. Summon out the Dark Magician. Now, Dark Magician is going to trigger that Circle. So before, when we used so a Rod effect before Magician Souls, you could have done it the other way. You could have gone and grabbed Circle earlier if you wanted to, if you just wanted to use the Magician Souls to summon DM and banish something, like if there was something that was a problem or like a back row that was scary, you could have done this way earlier. I chose to go a route that gives us more draws with Soul Servant, which isn't always optimal, guys. I'm just trying to show off, you know, probably what you'd want to do if you could. So anyway, Dark Magician will trigger Circle here, and we would banish a card if they had any left. Cool and good. Next thing you're going to want to do is link Dark Magician away, because it is a vanilla monster. And also this is a wind attribute, and that will be relevant very shortly. So now we're going to link away I'm Dark and Celine. I think you guys know what's coming out. Accesscode will come out, and the first thing you want to do is target your Celine in the grave, so that means he goes up by 3k. So he is a big beefy boy on 5,300. Now if you look in our grave, I'm Dark is a wind, Celine is a light, Gloomy is a dark, and Link Spider is an earth. So of course Anaconda's a dark as well, but it doesn't really matter. You can send any of these cards away. You'd probably send Anaconda instead of Gloomy, so let's go for these four. So we've filled our grave with different attribute links, and you can send each one of these and pop 4 cards. 4 cards on your opponent's field are now popped. Sensational. All you have to do is banish each one of these, which is no problem. We don't really mind. Great. Now you have 5,300 and whatever attack Dragoon is on with all its negates. We have not used Eternal Soul yet. So you could also go Eternal Soul. Summon back that Dark Magician. So we definitely have like 75 ways to game here. But, you know, we didn't verse anyone, you know. We just played solitaire. But, next hand. All right, we're getting that good shuffle going again. You know how it be. I'm actually really bad at shuffling. All right, the big important part. We'll do a big cut. Sweet as. And the reveal. Oh, you'll love to see it. You really do. Oh, my lord. That's already Dragoon. That's already Dragoon. This is great. This is great. It just keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better. Oh, okay. So we have protection too. We have protection for Anaconda as well. Last card. Holy shit. This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm actually excited to play this hand out because this is a really good hand. I do like to start with cards that can get ashed before committing to the board, just in case we have ref. We don't have ref in this hand though. But I do think it's probably a good idea to start with Illusion of Chaos. Let's go for Illusion of Chaos off the bat. We're going to grab Magician's Souls. No surprise to anyone. Shuffle that deck. We are going to have to put a card back on top, and it is probably, sadly, going to have to be that Illusion of Chaos. The rest of the hand is too correct, in my opinion, so good job, Illusion of Chaos. You did your job. Have a rest. Yeah, this is definitely the point where you Magician Souls. So if you are playing mana, guys, you're going to want to Magician Souls first here, and I'll explain why in a second. We are going to summon that Magician Souls, and we are going to send that mana to the graveyard for cost. So actually, this happens first, and then you would pick the effect to summon, but you know, I'm just skipping a step to be quick. Now, mana does say if your opponent targets a spellcaster, you can summon her out from the graveyard. So that's the reason why you want to send her first, because next thing we're going to be doing is normal summoning Rod or using Magician Souls effect to send cards to draw. Both of those can help summon mana, which can help make Dragoon, if you get what I'm saying, help make Anaconda. So next we're going to normal summon Rod, and we're going to say, hey, we'd like to use the Rod's effect. Hopefully that's all G. And we are going to grab ourselves Soul Servant. Incredible. Incredible. You do love to see it. So if you've noticed, we do have Upstart plus Soul Servant, which is essentially a way to search any monster or spell trap in our deck. And I really love that. I really do. And we don't have to do it just yet. There's no real priority to do it. So what we're going to do is link these two bad boys away. Now is a good time to point out, if you were playing Salvation, you would go Upstart, Chain Soul Servant, grab your Salvation. I'm not playing it. Let's just say this is Salvation. You'd activate your Salvation, set your Eternal Soul, use Magician Soul, send your Salvation, and draw an extra free card. I've cut it from my list for now. Its only real use is that. I don't really like using it with Timaeus or even summoning DMG. It just doesn't come up enough for me to like it. Come on, guys. Salvation is a field spell that came out in 2022, and it acts like a field spell that came out in like 2006. It's not very good, to say the least. Should have been a lot better anyway. But that's okay. We will link these two into Anaconda. Going to put it over this side. All right, because we have the Saw Ravis in hand, we are going to activate that Anaconda effect, and I'm pretty sure it's going to resolve. All right, a bunch of bricks have been sent to the graveyard. You do love to see it. And we are going to get our big boy. There he is in all his glory. Let's check that hand again. It is time we make a Soul Servant play, so let's start with Upstart. Our opponent probably wouldn't interrupt this, and then we're just going to chain our Soul Servant. Now, because we've opened these cards and we don't really need both of their effects, you could negate one of these with Dragoon if you wanted, like play Upstart, negate it with Dragoon by discarding. If you just wanted to buff Dragoon, let's say it's a matchup where if Dragoon gets to 5k, you win. That could be a nifty way to just get yourself up an extra 1,000 attack. You don't have to do that, of course, but it is an option. So anyway, Upstart, chain Soul Servant. Gonna grab that Eternal Soul. Can go for Circle, but I feel like you're just not gonna find the Eternal Soul off it. You could tell me to play higher ratio to find it better, but nah, you're wrong. Screw that. I'd rather draw a hand trap, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So these will resolve, and I will add the Eternal Soul, or draw the Eternal Soul off the Upstart, and then we are going to banish that Soul Servant, because of course we have Dark Magician and we have mana in the grave, so that is a draw 2. So hand's looking pretty good so far with Eternal Soul, Soravis. Well, Soravis is dead now. He's our free discard. We are going to draw 2. It is a Ref and a Monster Reborn. Unfortunately, Ref is dead, of course. It does make a good discard for Dragoon. And if we do manage to summon Magician Souls next turn, it's a great card. You can send off that for a cheeky draw. But yeah, it's probably just going to get discarded off Dragoon because I'd rather keep Soravas. But it just depends what we draw. Having the monster reborn, however, means next turn we can make a big play. If our opponent destroys Anaconda, we can reborn it back, use its effect, send Magicalize and summon out Dragoon. We can reborn Magician Souls and then send Ref away for draws. We've actually got a lot of interactions here. Sadly, we didn't draw anything to cancel our opponent out. All we really have, unfortunately, is set Eternal Soul and Ash Blossom the opponent and a Dragoon negate, which will probably send Soravas. So yeah, overall we didn't get to too many interruptions, but it was still a pretty nice opening hand. I was just thinking after that combo, maybe we do need Salvation back in the deck, since if I had Salvation there, I could have added it and sent it away for an... Like, it would have set Eternal Soul and then sent it away for the extra draw with Magician Souls. That actually might have been really nice. And because we just kind of needed one more interruption there. Well, this hand sucks so far. Oh, okay, it got infinitely better. This fixes it. This fixes it. We have Circle, Dark Magician, Eternal Soul. We have the Dark Magician triangle right here. 3-card combo, baby, for 1 banished. Let's go. Ash, okay, that's pretty nice. Ah, damn. It was good to start with. Oh, it wasn't good to start with, but it fixed itself, and then it just kind of didn't do anything. But that's okay. So a hand like this is just old school Dark Magician. Anyone who's played Dark Magician in the past, congratulations, you'll know what's happening. You're going to activate Circle. Your opponent's not going to Ash it, because who the hell would Ash it? You're going to chain Soul Servant. You could grab your Salvation once again, but like, you don't have Souls, and you don't have DMG anywhere, so it's not really that important. We're stacking Eternal Soul. Salvation should let us activate Eternal Soul turn 1 as well. Oh, Salvation's such a bad card. So yeah, anyway, that's going to be on top of the deck. This will go to the grave, and Circle will now resolve, revealing 3. 1, 2, 3. Great, we're going to grab Eternal Soul. These cards would have been great if we could add them, but we cannot, and we can't even get the draw off Soul Servant this turn. It's really bad. Magicalize could be good next turn, but I think Prep is better. Based on our hand, it's literally just Dark Magician. So we can link it into I'm Dark, so Magicalized is low-key better, but that means we're banishing it, and that means that turns off this whole engine. So I'm going to say Preparation of Rites is better here, so I'm going to put Prep on the top of the deck. Well, unfortunately, there's not a lot else to do here. We would just set this Eternal Soul. I'm going to put it face up so you guys know where it is. You could set this Soul Servant if you wanted to as well, just so you can manipulate your draw next turn. But honestly, guys, you're just going to be passing to your opponent. If you are playing Prank Kids, this might be okay if they don't open the Brave engine. As soon as they normal summon a Prank Kid, you're going to go Eternal Soul, flip it up, summon Dark Magician, Circle Effect, target the Prank Kid, banish, and that's pretty good. We don't even have Rod Engraved to chain anything, so when the turn passes back to you, you're just going to flip that Soul Servant up, and you're going to manipulate that draw right here. So you're probably going to want to grab either Rod or Magician Souls. So you're probably going to have to use that Ash Blossom as well. But anyway, let's resolve our Soul Servant. We are going to be stacking something we need for this turn. I just remembered we did have the prep that we already stacked off Circle. So to be honest, you didn't need to flip this at all. You could have even left it in the hand. But whatever, we set it. And there it is. We'll just not activate it. So for turn, we will draw that prep. We are going to activate that prep, which of course can just send us down any line in this deck. We're going to grab the Illusion of Chaos. Going to use that Illusion of Chaos. Now, because we've already got Circle and Eternal Soul, Rod doesn't have anything to search really except Soul Servant, which we've already got in grave as well. So we are going to grab the Magician Souls, and we are going to put the Illusion of Chaos back in the deck. Whoop, that is meant to be on top of the deck. My apologies, that should be going on top of the deck. So let's try that again. All right, let's put that on top. Cool, we are going to use that Magician Souls now to summon itself. And we're going to send that mana to the graveyard. Now, of course, if you're playing Mahad or DMG, this is your time where you would too just send, you know, the second brick. Doesn't matter which one you play, guys. They're all pretty much serving the exact same purpose. Now, of course, you can banish your Soul Servant and get a draw 2. So that's probably what we should go for at this point. Maybe you want to check if the opponent has a negate first. So we might go for Magician Souls, sending the Soul Servant we have set to try draw 1. See if the opponent is going to do anything about that. If not, cool, we drew in a prep. It's kind of dead this turn, but it might be alright actually. We'll go ahead and activate it. Because of course, prep can grab our Soravas here. We've already used Illusion of Chaos. So that's okay, we can grab the Spicy Dragon Man. All right, now the opponent probably hasn't done anything else, so let's go ahead and banish one of the Soul Servants we have in the grave. We do have DM on field, mana in the grave, so this Soul Servant will be drawing us 2. We've got Monster Reborn and Imperm. They're not too bad at draws. I don't think Reborn gets us anywhere, really. I mean, we've got 2 monsters, which can get us everywhere we need to go. We also haven't used Eternal Soul this turn. You have a couple of options. You could link Magician Souls and Dark Magician once again into the Dark Charmer, make Selene, make Accesscode, do all that fun stuff. You could literally just go for Anaconda here. It doesn't matter what you go for, just know it's protected. It's protected by Soravis, and that's always nice. Because I'm a sucker for standard DM plays, I'm probably just going to go for this play. So we're going to send these 2 to the bin. Oh, sorry, I skipped a step. You will have to link that Dark Magician away. So we would link him away into either Link Spider or Imdok. It doesn't matter which one, so I'm just going to do Imdok. And so we would actually be sending, just to show you the correct board, the board would be like this. And we would link away that Imdok and that Magician Souls into the Anaconda because they are both effect monsters. Next, we're going to use that Anaconda effect, sending from deck the other Dark Magician, a copy of Red Eyes Fusion, and our singular copy of the vanilla Red Eyes Black Dragon. Yugi played one in Battle City, so we got to play one as well. That's just how it is. Now this, of course, will summon Big Boy Dragoon. We do love to see him out. But I forgot something. Before Dragoon comes out, as Anaconda effect is resolving, we should chain Eternal Soul. Chaining Eternal Soul to Anaconda's effect is completely legal. It will summon out Dark Magician, and then you can get a circle banish on the new chain. So first we have to resolve the Dragoon summon. Cool, the Dragoon is now out on a new chain circle trigger, and we'll banish a card. From this point, it looks pretty winnable. We also did have Monster Reborn in hand, which you probably would have wanted to use before Anaconda, but I don't think we'd need it at this point. But yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed the test hands. I'm happy to do some more. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the test hands. And hey, how come some of y'all aren't subscribed, huh? I see y'all watching but not subscribing. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free, and it does motivate me to make more videos for you all about our favorite guy, the Dark Magician, and all his companions. Have yourself a beautiful night, and I'll catch you all very soon. Bye-bye.